Okay, we're going to open the City of Chelsea Traffic and Parking Commission meeting. Okay, approval of the minutes from the January 4th, 2022 meeting. Anybody second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, communication of November 17th from Mary Fester requesting a discussion on speeding vehicles and traffic concerns at the intersection of Jefferson and Washington Avenue.
So the city's transportation consultant, TEC, is presently analyzing different measures that could be feasible here. They're going to need another couple of weeks to tie up the report that they'll be submitting. So we should be able to present proposals at the next Traffic and Parking Commission meeting that relate to traffic calming and pedestrian safety at this intersection. Similarly, we've engaged with the MBTA relative to the bus stop. This was actually an item that was on the previous meeting agenda a couple of months back to explore whether we could shift the bus stop back in order to improve pedestrian safety. So we're also working with them on some of the operational issues that are present due to the bus stop location there. But that's more or less everything from our department's end.
The only issue, I think it was mentioned, about making the street a little more narrow. I mean, I know we would have, I wouldn't say we'd be dead set against it, but we'd have to evaluate that. Because us trying to make a turn up onto Jefferson, Washington Ave so narrow that, we'd have to take a real wide turn. So that would definitely have to be looked at.
Absolutely noted, and we can confer with the fire department once we have the draft plan in hand. So with that, I'd make a motion to table this to the next meeting.
Okay, anybody second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, handicap sign application of December 10th from Emma Martin Newberry at 145 Orange Street.
I had a handicap sign there. It's been there for almost 20 years, and they decided to cut it off. And when I came down, my husband died in 2/17. I reported it and brought my slip down, and she said she couldn't find it. So I resubmitted it on the 10th of December. Did not hear about the meeting last month. Didn't hear about this one, just that I saw it on the calendar, so I'm here. I understand you had questions as to why I need a handicap.
Well, I think that the person that applied, is that your landlord or a relative?
Yeah, I gave a letter from the landlord stating we don't have a driveway. And I also had the letters from my doctor and copy of my handicap pass and my license. I don't know what else you needed.
I think
Yeah,
the
so-
issue was the name was in the landlord's, the registration was in the landlord's name. not
Yes,
yours.
he's my son, and he owns the house on the second floor. It used to belong to my mother, and he inherited it. She had a handicap there too, before she went into the nursing home, and that was back in 2006. And then my husband got disabled, and he got his. They just did the paperwork, and then he died in 2/17.
Okay. So your son owns the vehicle that you occasionally drive?
Yeah, and then I brought all my paperwork down, and it's been there 7 years, and then all of a sudden, one day, it wasn't there anymore. I got no notice or nothing. So I went back to my doctor, got all the paperwork. What it is I can't walk more than 200 feet because I have a fractured back at my tailbone. And I also have a full knee replacement on my left leg. And
Okay, you don't have to go into your medical history, that's okay. We get the idea.
Yeah,
You don't have to reveal all that.
okay.
Okay, great. So given the explanation presented, I would make a motion to approve this request.
Okay, anybody second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's approved.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, communication of January 13th from Roni Gobin of 30 Summit Ave requesting a discussion on the traffic issues around the Soldiers' Home on Summit Avenue.
Yeah, I didn't hear from Ronnie today. Leo Robinson. I represent the city council, councilor at large. I live at 83 Warren Avenue. I've had discussion with Ronnie and other neighbors in the neighborhood, and they're concerned about the traffic that rides up and down Summit Avenue, using it more or less like a speedway. And I guess some of my concerns are there's going to be a new development that's going to be built up at the Soldiers' Home. And I think we want to try to get ahead of what's going to take place up there. I don't know if people remember at least 2 years ago, if you're going down Summit, you just get past Prescott, there's a White House on the left that the car went through the first floor over there. And Ronnie lives at 30, which is right across the street, and he has 2 young children. So he's concerned about traffic flying up and down Summit Avenue. And actually, on Sunday, after the storm, I happened to be going down Summit, and cars were coming up, so I stopped and I put my flashes on so that people would see that I was there. And then I had a car come flying around me to go down the hill, and the Jeep that was coming up in front of 3 other cars almost didn't make it up the hill. So we're just getting concerned about the traffic, and we're also keeping an eye on the new development that's going to take place. We had a meeting with the developers, and they're kind of not solid on what they want to do. And I had asked them, did they do a traffic study, but they haven't got to that point yet. So I would ask for a continuance so that Ronnie could also come back and be able to address the board.
Just for an FYI, I had spoken with Ronnie. He's running late.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if we could maybe push this to the last thing on the night to give him time to get here.
All right,
He said he's on his way right now.
all right, that's fine.
Okay, everybody's fine with that? All right. Okay, communication of January 27th from Frederick Mosley of Stantec Consulting Services on behalf of the MWRA requesting the approval of proposed improvements for the intersection of Eastern Avenue and Griffin Way. Did you sign in?
Good evening to the commission. My name's Jack Martin. I'm a colleague of Fred Mosley's, and I'm an engineer at Stantec. And I'm here to provide a report to the commission on the proposed traffic signal at Eastern Ave and Griffin Way. I'm sorry? Oh, yes, Kathleen Pearson is also here from the MWRA. The proposed traffic signal is at the intersection of Griffin Way and Eastern Ave. The proposed signal would be an actuated traffic signal. It would have a advanced left turn phase, the northbound left turn. It would have an exclusive pedestrian phase for the crosswalks. There would be video detection for all vehicles, including bicycles. And it would have emergency preemption for emergency vehicles. It would maintain the 4-lane section that's currently on Eastern Ave. And it would extend the sidewalk and curb at the corners of Griffin Way in the southwest and the northwest corners. And sidewalks impacted by this construction would be reconstructed. We have a project timeline, with tentative dates here. The advertisement for construction is proposed for scheduled for April 22. Contract award a couple of months later in July. Construction start in the fall, and construction expected to be completed in April of 23. Traffic management during construction, no work would be proposed within the Eastern Ave traveled way. Construction would be limited to off-peak hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Daily traffic setups would be used, and then at the end of the workday, all lanes would be open outside of work hours. I'm welcome to entertain any questions the commission may have.
I think this is a great concept. So the traffic signals will be for pole mounts, or
I'm sorry?
is it for pole mounts, or how is the signals?
Oh, yes. Let me show you. There would be signal poles for each pedestrian crosswalk. The traffic signals, for the vehicular traffic signals, would be between two strain poles across the intersection. Strain pole in the southwest corner and strain pole in the northeast corner. And the camera that would be doing the video detection would be mounted on the northeast corner strain pole at the top.
Excellent, thank you.
Any other questions?
So we had our on-call transportation consultant conduct a peer review of this, this design, and I want to thank you and your team for being communicative with them. There were a handful of ADA accessibility items that were raised that we're hoping to reconcile, namely the 2 poles as depicted in the plans right now do not provide the necessary ADA passage for users of the sidewalk. And then secondly, for the pedestrian actuation buttons, the actuation buttons are not currently located in an accessible location. They're either located mid-ramp or outside of the level landing area. So we're hoping that you know, the necessary revisions can be made to ensure that this complies fully with ADA.
Yes, we were given those comments by Chelsea's peer reviewer, TEC, and our team consulted on Friday to address those. We see no problem with being able to address and relocate and adjust the location of poles so that full ADA access is provided.
Okay, excellent, thank you.
All set? Thank you.
Kathleen Pearson. I'm covering, Meredith Norton is the project manager. I think you understand this has been over a few years. This has been going on in design. Can you hear me better? So I'm covering for her. But I was told that the procedure was tonight that we were coming for informational purposes on the project, and then there would be a public hearing date set. Is that how the procedures work?
Correct. So we would make a motion this evening to move this matter to a public hearing that would allow for the notification of the surrounding abutters, such as some of the commercial and industrial businesses. Subsequently, they could attend and provide feedback at that public hearing during the next commission meeting.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion to move this to a public hearing.
Anybody second? Second. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. Okay, is that Ronnie?
That's right.
Okay. Okay, we'll go back to number 5, communication from Ronnie Gobin of 30 Summit requesting a discussion on traffic issues around the Soldiers' Home on Summit Ave. Are you going to speak? Then just, could you sign in, please?
So, my name is Ronnie Gobin. I'm a firefighter, captain, Chelsea Fire. I live at number 30 Summit Ave. I've been there for like 12 years now. And I've noticed there's a huge traffic concern, cars flying up and down Summit Avenue. And if I can show you guys, I have a picture of a car that went right into a building because of my speed. That was, I believe it was back in May. And I was just wondering if it's okay to put some speed bumps on Summit Ave between Prescott and Webster Ave and between Prescott and Warren Ave. I have an autistic child. My next door neighbor has an autistic child. And I'm just afraid that somebody's going to get hurt. About a year ago, we had a gentleman on Washington Ave.
You know what? You're gonna have to speak in the microphone.
So about maybe a year or 2 years ago, we had a gentleman on Washington Ave who was hit. He was struck and killed by a speeding vehicle. And shortly after that, the city implemented some speed bumps on Washington Ave. And that was very reactive. We want to be proactive. And I'm just requesting that the city put some speed bumps on Summit Ave before someone gets hurt. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. All right. So I do want to thank you for raising the concern tonight and for advocating on behalf of the neighborhood. I would recommend that we table this to the next meeting, and in the meantime, our department, as well as the Department of Public Works, would confer with our on-call engineering consultant to design traffic calming solutions for the neighborhood to improve safety and address some of the speeding concerns that you raised tonight. So I'll make a motion to move this to the next meeting, and in the meantime, consult with our on-call transportation engineer.
Okay, anybody second?
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.